Hello, everyone. Perhaps you're wondering, who am I sitting in this corner of the street, wearing tattered clothes and reeking of sweat? I am just an old man, nothing more than a shadow forgotten by time. I once had a name, a home, a family. But now, I'm just a homeless man, unacknowledged by anyone. I remember the old days, kid. When I was young and strong, I worked day and night. These hands of mine, they were once sturdy, digging the soil, lifting heavy loads, and building something I used to call home. All of it for my family, for my children. I wanted them to live a better life, not to experience the harshness of the world as I did. But who would have thought that all my efforts and sacrifices would one day turn to dust, blown away by the wind? My children, they used to hug me, call me Father, with smiles on their faces. I remember those smiles, kid. Smiles that took away all my exhaustion when I came home from work. But now, they won't even glance my way. They say I'm an embarrassment, unworthy of being part of their family. And me, I can only stay silent, bow my head, and try to accept this bitter reality. You see, kid, life is full of twists and turns. I never imagined it would end up like this. When I started to fall into poverty, when my business went bankrupt and debts piled up, I hoped they would support me. But what did I get? They left me one by one. They said I was a burden. I could only cry silently, asking God, what did I do wrong? Was my sacrifice not enough for them? Perhaps it's true, kid. I'm not perfect. I'm just a human who makes mistakes. But I want you to know I love them. I love my children more than anything in this world. Even now, though they deny me, though they refuse to see me again, I still pray for them every night. I beg God to make them happy, to spare them from a life as hard as mine. Look at these hands, kid, wrinkled and scarred. These hands once held them when they were learning to walk. These hands guided them to school. But now these hands can only beg on the streets, hoping for a kind soul to give me a bite to eat. Ironic, isn't it? But that's life. Sometimes what you give doesn't always return to you. But I'm not angry, kid. There's no use in being angry. I'm just sad. Sad because I couldn't be a better father. Maybe if I had been richer, smarter, they wouldn't have abandoned me. But what can I do? Time can't be turned back. I can only accept it, though my heart aches every time I remember them. Sometimes I dream about them. In my dreams, they come to me, hug me, call me Father again. I know it's just a dream, but I'm still grateful, because in that dream, I feel loved again, even if only for a moment. You know, kid, life on the streets isn't easy. Every day I have to fight to survive. I have to endure hunger, the cold, and the insults from people. But more than that, I have to endure the longing. Longing for my family, my home, and the past that will never return. So if you have a family, take good care of them, kid. Don't let ego or small mistakes ruin your relationships. Because when you lose them, you'll feel like I do now. Empty, hollow. Thank you for listening to my story, kid. Maybe I'm just an old man who doesn't matter, but you've made me feel appreciated, even if just for a moment. My prayer is for your life to always be filled with blessings and happiness. And this song, I dedicate to all of you.
On the corner of the street I sit and wonder, wrinkled hands embracing fading shadows. I once had a hope, I had a name, now only longing remains. This life is full of twists and woes, I only wish for the happiness, though I'm no longer remembered. My prayers are always for them. Oh, my children, hear my voice. I love you more than my own life. Though I'm now just a shadow, I'll always be a father with endless love. These hands once held you so tight as you learned to walk step by step. Now these hands beg in the streets, hoping for kindness from forgotten hearts. This life is full of twists and wounds. I only wish for their happiness, though I'm no longer remembered. My prayers are always for them. Oh, my children, hear my voice. Oh, I love you more than my life. Though I'm now just a shadow, I'll always be a father with endless love. These hands once held you so tight as you learn to walk step by step. Now these hands beg in the streets, hoping for kindness from forgotten hearts. These hands once held you so tight as you learn to walk step by step. Now you more than my life. Though I'm now just a shadow, I'll always be a father with endless love. In my children, hear my voice. I love you more than my own life. Though I'm now just a shadow, I'll always be a father with endless love. Endless love. In my dreams you hold me close, calling me father like the days of old. Though it's fleeting, I am grateful. My love for you never fade. My love for you never fade. Oh, my children, hear my voice. I love you more than my own life. Though I'm now just a shadow, I'll always be a father with endless love until the very end.